Hi, my name is Greg Sanders and I work with the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. We're here today watching the Cable Enterprise lay the final section of cable for the ExxonMobil cable installation project.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning and we're on our way to Platform Heritage to meet the Cable Enterprise. Before we get there though, we have to drop off a few folks along the way. The Cable Enterprise is a state-of-the-art, dynamically positioned cable lay barge. It was recently retrofitted in Croatia and loaded with cable in Norway before being towed to California. The ExxonMobil cable project is its first job after the retrofit. This is what we came to see. The near portion of this cable is connected to Platform Harmony, about 6 miles away, and the far side is hanging off the vessel, ready to be lowered to the bottom. Before the cable can be lowered, a remotely operated vehicle, or ROV, must be launched to oversee the operation. The ROV is lowered in its garage, the metal framework you see here. Near the sea floor, it will leave the garage to begin its work. Many sea lions reside at Platform Heritage, and some of them swim out to the boat to check out the ROV. It will take several hours for the ROV to be in position, so let's go up to the client's office.
This is what we track with the ROV for placement, and this is our routing, and we use this to keep track of the vessel and the lay of the cable and the position of the ROV. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in right now because currently we're at the Heritage platform installing the cable of the G2 pull-in at Heritage. And as you see you'll see a red line here. This is the Cable Enterprise, an outline of the Cable Enterprise as we're monitoring the quadrant deployment. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit more, and this is our target zone right here, where the back of the vessel is right over our quadrant deployment target, and these are the routings going up into the J tubes on the Heritage facility, and then this little green figure is the ROV as it's flying around.
It is the middle of the afternoon before the cable starts to move. Every action is carefully planned with nothing happening quickly. Here you can see the sector coming into view. This is a half-circle shaped device that prevents the cable from folding on itself. With the sector near the back deck, the secured portion of the cable is released. Finally, it is time to very carefully lift the cable up and over the side of the vessel. The job is far from done and work continues through the night. This simple drawing may help you better understand what's happening. The sector is now hanging over the side of the cable enterprise. The end of the cable enters what is called the J-tube at the base of the platform. A winch on the deck of the platform pulls the cable through the J-tube as the sector is lowered. On the bridge, the crew monitors the position of the vessel, watches the cable as it's laid, and communicates constantly with the crew on the platform and the ROV pilots. This is where it gets a bit tricky. Care must be taken to ensure the cable is not strained or damaged as it's pulled through the J-tube.
Neil, stop on the top winch.
Yeah, confirm and stop.
Okay, thank you.
Everything is running smoothly, and the sector has nearly reached the sea floor when there is a problem. The ROV's tether and lifeline to the surface has become tangled in the sector.
That's his tether line.
Oh,
His tether line get in the roller.
Oh my gosh.
For the next 4 hours, the ROV uses its mechanical arms to try and pull the tether free.
I never knew we were going to do nothing, sorry.
After much effort, the ROV makes a final push and frees itself from the sector.
What's going to happen? Oh, he's gonna yeah. Try to rotate. Oh my gosh, there he goes.
With the ROV now clear, the sector is laid to rest on the sea floor. The ROV can now use its arm to release the shackle at the top of the sector.
Can you pick the path now?
Supposedly it's going to go south. Cuba. There it goes.
Now lines gently lift from the bottom of the sector, leaving the cable to rest on the seafloor. I only spent 1 day on the cable enterprise. After I left the vessel, it continued to lay cable to shore. Now they're about to finish the job and bring the bitter end of the cable into the beach. Near shore, the water is very shallow. Instead of lowering the cable, it is floated as it leaves the cable enterprise. Small boats pull the cable into a large loop on the surface. Then divers help position the cable so it can be pulled through a conduit to shore.
I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned a bit about how cable is laid offshore.